So it finally rained and I got the front kind of squared away. The area where the trucks used to stop and start, there in the dirt's all filled in where the holes were. Past that line, of course, is my place where I can actually do something with the ground. I moved the gate forward, built a rock wall so people have something to crash into other than the fence, and kind of careen them back in the direction of the gate. Managed to get the gate mostly hung. Of course, this is all raked out, so this is gravel on top of carpet, and all the fines and dirt washes out and goes into that big muddy muss of a path. The gravel came out of that pit. Anyway, we'll go to the gate. Gate which I used to have to fight with. Now I can just I like that. Bam. So this is all kind of going downhill, all leading to the same spot here. And since it finally got wet enough to dig, I got a little bit carved out here so I can make a little drainage basin on one side of the road with heavy rock, which will have a culvert pipe that'll lead to the other side of the walk. And then this walk over here, which I finally got to level a little bit yesterday in the rain, is where all the fines and mud go off the driveway before it makes it into the pit. And the drainage ditch keeps the mud from getting there too quickly, so I can clean it out instead of having to clean it out of the pit constantly. This, of course, should catch all the water and become like a seasonal pond. So that got done yesterday in the middle of a rainstorm, but kind of muddy. But we'll go back here a little bit and see if we can get a little bit of perspective. Right, so there's the gate. There's the main drive that's carpet over gravel. I did a little bit of this as well. Built the dirt up higher than the gravel on this side, because where I'm standing right now, this whole area here used to just drain off and flood that even worse. Now I'm kind of containing it, so this might become a bog, but at least it's not part of the driveway. And there we go. So this will all be all along the sides. I'm hoping to build that up more with some more manure or something, and then plant, I don't know, trees, flowers, bushes, all the way along here like this. You can see the beds I've already created. More beds. Bam, bam, bam. And then the berm system. Did this as well. Spent a little bit of time digging all this out so that you can get through it and uncrown the trees, because, you know, backhoes and stuff. So, had to get that. Now we can come back into the nice little area back here for a nice place to hang out, and voila, there we go. This is the back side. So all that area that was between those two pieces was all underground, including the trees, and had to shovel all that out and get that right. And I think I'm pretty close. This here makes a nice little ramp. If you're really ambitious, you can get on a bicycle and come flying over this. Make sure you have lots of energy drinks first, and then fly up here, right over the roadbed, and right into that giant pit over there. So that's a good drop. That'll be fairly exciting for somebody who's had way too many Mountain Dews, feeling like they're going to need to get their X Games on. Anyway, but even coming this way onto the driveway, it's a pretty good launching. You get a little area here to slow yourself down before you shoot that way and go for the perimeter track, which is over here. And most of that's all shoveled out as well. Getting ready to raise the perimeter fence up on this side. I'm getting pretty close. I'm about 4 posts short, and then we're 8 foot on this side. It's 4 foot now, but I'm going to put the other 8 up soon. You can see I got a couple of little metal posts and stuff, but so boom. You can take off down here at high speed and, you know, burn off a little bit of extra energy. Anyway, so this is the front gate area. This berm here, I'm thinking about not going much taller. I'm thinking that this might be good with some fruit trees or something. I don't know, fruit trees, small bushes, whatever. But I do all my mounds out of sticks and pine needles and stuff, topped with native soil. It's regular, it's kind of horrible. And then after that, put it with some kind of top dressing to make things grow. You can see the problem I have here is that we have about 3 months with no rain almost every year. And then we get flooded in the spring, and it basically gets a huge runoff. So the whole thing is basically getting the water to stay around for a while so the plants don't die. And you can kind of see here where I've been digging the problem. Right? There's my foot for scale, right? There we go. Okay, so tiny little black soil level at the top, clay, and then it's just all clean gravel you could like pave a driveway with a little bit of mud in it. You know, this all got wet yesterday, so it's not completely clean, but that's basically it. So not prime growing conditions. By throwing the dirt in, whatnot up like that, it gives you at least that thickness of topsoil to plant something in, so maybe a plant might live. I managed to, this has all been created just from raking out these areas, most of it. You can almost see over there the big berm. You can see some of the leaves and stuff. That's what it started as. Same thing here. This is all just starting, and eventually I'm hoping I'll get it high enough where I won't be able to see or hear my neighbor. So dirt's good for sound. And here we go with the grass that I planted. It's finally coming out. We had drought all summer, so I planted this in the spring and it's just sprouting now in October, which is kind of weird. But anyway, a couple of log benches, nice place to sit and have coffee in the morning. So that's it. Oh yeah, this is kind of interesting here. I'm looking at, this is also a water problem, but my thought is, right where that diamond is, water was racing across that and just washing the sides of the bank out. This here I'm going to lower, and I'm going to take that topsoil and put it into that diamond, which will slow the flow of water across into the pit, and probably be a good place to stick a few trees and plants and things eventually, because it'll always be getting wet. Every time it rains, it'll get soaked from the bottom. And then this will be a more gradual approach into this. So you could just like walk through here or drive into that, you know, with like a, I don't know, mobility scooter, dirt bike, whatever, and then come up through it. Bam. The silt that comes out of all this makes it kind of hard, and that's how the gravel became that. That. And back up this way. So this again, I'm hoping to do the same thing here. Make that more gradual. So it's easier to walk up and down for maybe a little older or whatever. And voila. That's it. This week in shoveling.